Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial on yet another opportunity to come and work with the EU institutions. This tutorial is about the reopening of a competition to select economists, and you read this correctly. It's a reopening of this competition. We had initially published this competition back in 2023 and we had to pause it for a couple of reasons, and we are now reopening it, which means that you can apply again for this competition. Now, there are a couple of novelties which come with this reopening. First of all, we have shifted to a full 24 language regime. I will explain in a minute what this exactly entails. And secondly, in the series of tests that you will sit, the case study has been replaced by a written test. Again, I will explain what exactly this means. Now, an important message to the people who had initially applied last year to this competition. These people have to revisit their application and they have to revalidate it. If they don't do so, they are no longer considered to be a candidate to this competition. So this is important. Go to your application and revalidate it. Once you're in your application, you can use this opportunity to change your language choices if you would like so, and to update information regarding your degrees and or professional experience relevant to this competition. This visual shows you the different steps to take to become a successful candidate, and I will walk you through these different steps in the coming minutes. First of all, you should know that this competition has three different fields: micro and macroeconomics, financial economics, and industrial economics. As a candidate, you must choose one of these fields because you can only apply to one of these three. You see the very high number of successful candidates that we're looking for. So quite an important competition. The eligibility criteria. This is an AD6 level competition, which means that you either need a relevant 4-year university degree plus at least 3 years of experience in the field, or a 3-year university degree plus at least 4 years of professional experience in the field. Now, when I say relevant to the field and relevant professional experience, please have a look at the notice of competition where we explain in detail what this exactly means, to see if your degree and experience fits the eligibility criteria listed there. You also see that for field 2, we also accept other kinds of degrees with more or less experience required, as stated below here. When it comes to languages, you need to speak you need to speak 2 official EU languages, because we test you in 2 different languages. You have the free choice between the 24 official languages for both your test language 1 and 2. So there's no restriction in language choice. Initially, you had to have English as one of the 2 test languages. This is no longer the case. This is one of the novelties I mentioned up front. You have the free choice between the 24 languages for each of your 2 test languages. The procedure has 3 stages if you like. We have an application stage, a testing stage, and a result stage. I will walk you through these different stages in a minute. Good to know is that when it comes to testing, you will sit your 3 tests in one single day, and you will take these tests remotely. So you do not have to travel to a test center to sit these tests. You can, for instance, sit them easily from home. When it comes to applications, you of course need an EPSO account. If you don't have one yet, you can easily create one on the website. If you do have one, use that account to apply for this competition. You cannot have more than one EPSO account. You apply on our website in any of the 24 languages, and you should validate your application at the latest on the 9th of July, noon Brussels time. We will then also invite you to upload your supporting documents, basically your degrees and your proofs of experience relevant to this competition, by the 4th of September. You will sit 3 tests. First of all, we assess your reasoning skills. We will test your numerical, verbal, and abstract reasoning skills in your language 1. The scoring is pass-fail based, which means that, as you can see in the last column, you need to reach at least 6 out of 10 for the numerical reasoning part, and the combined score of 15 out of 30 for verbal and abstract reasoning combined. Just reaching this pass score is sufficient to be still in the running for a place on the list of successful candidates. I strongly suggest you have a look at our sample test page, where you can find a number of examples of questions in these different reasoning skills fields to get familiar with the level of difficulty and the type of questions for this test. The second test is a field-related test where we assess your knowledge in the field of your choice. We test this in language 2, and this time your results will be ranked. So there is a minimum score of 15 out of 30 to be obtained, but this minimum will surely not be enough to be among the highest scoring, and you have to score as highly as possible to be among the number of successful candidates that we are looking for. The third test is a written test, and this is again a novelty. It used to be a case study. We have replaced this case study by a written test. You take this test in your second language. Again, pass-fail basis, so you just need to reach 5 out of 10 minimum. We assess your written communication skills through this test, and this is basically an open text type of test. So you will be given a subject that you have to develop in an essay type of format. We will provide you with documentation related to this test upfront for you to prepare for this test. The people who have both passed the reasoning skills test and the written test, and who score the highest on the second test, the field rated test, are the successful candidates. And these people are placed on the so-called list of successful candidates, or reserve list, and this is the basis for recruitment. So whenever an institution or an EU body has a vacancy, they will consult this list of successful candidates and invite 3, 4, 5 people to a job interview, people of whom they think that they could match their job description. And after the job interviews, the best match will be offered the job, and this person can then start working with the EU institutions. Other people stay on the list and may be offered an opportunity later on in the year. The best way to prepare for this competition is to read the notice of competition very carefully, because it will answer most of your questions. If you still have questions after this, you could always reach out to us through our contact form, which you will find on the website. Also follow EU Careers on our social media platforms to stay updated on future opportunities that we offer. For now, I wish you all the best for this competition and hope to see you back on one of our future tutorials. Bye bye.